Shall we begin?
Gamer Gen Xer here, and here we go again. First of all, the God of War, or should I say God of Laundry memes are just hilarious. I mean, you got to have a sense of humor, but apparently you younger generations, I'm just, lumping, I guess half of you are not, just don't have a really good sense of humor, or just way too serious and way too boring and way too strict or something like that. Anyway, yeah, there's a lot of controversy on it, and I just could not pass this up without talking about it. And before we get into it, this is a video I'm reacting to. I'm mostly going to just let it run free. If you haven't seen it already, I'll make some comments towards the end. But let me say this before you guys get started, because I'm in the camp of I don't like a female protagonist, at least for God of War. I'm of the sentiment that there's actually, at this point, in this juncture, in gaming, in cinema, in anime, that there are way too much female protagonists. Yes, I said it. It's just way too much, right? It's like they've taken over, so many things, and I will dive more into that later. But let me also drop this little caveat for you idiots out there who may want to attack me for having this stance. First of all, I am married, unlike some of you who are defending this crap. Where's your testimonials as far as you being okay with this? I mean, I can't take you serious if you've never been with someone or understand the dynamics of male and female interplay or interpersonal relationships and things like that. Knowing the male and female psyche, masculinity, femininity, all of those different things. And also to escapism. That's another thing. So anyway, let's get into this video. Oh, almost forgot. I need to put on my I'm Right analyzer. Almost did the video without it. And once I've been able to watch it, I will give my feedback using the most cutting edge technology.
Everybody that's upset about the next God of War game being led by Faye, you're sexist.
Because a lot of the people that don't like God of War Laufey hate women.
Sorry, not sorry. Those going against this, y'all are pathetic.
In spite of these stupid, brain-dead, low-life Neanderthal forms of a human.
Whoa! Why do you love woke so much? Because I'm not a pussy-ass incel.
Are you sure about that?
Fuck you! If you are pissed off about the new Laufey game, then you were never a God of War fan to begin with.
You're not real God of War fans, and you're sexist.
Whoever's hating this game, why? Just because it's a female protagonist? Come on, bro. This game looks peak, bro.
Fuck these people. They don't care about gaming. They don't care about fantasy. They don't care about creativity.
Obviously, there was a lot of sexist stuff, toxic stuff coming out left and right. I saw them give her a spatula on a dishwashing machine. AI has just turned up the toxicity to an 11.
All right, class. What do you call the useless skin around the vagina? Anyone? A woman. Kidding, I'm kidding. Just making sure you're awake.
Jokes that I didn't appreciate them, obviously.
We all knew this was coming, didn't we? Woke gamers, feminists, and virtue signalers all rallying to the defense of God of War Laundry.
Man, the internet really is filled with miserable people, because tell me why we got a God of War Laufey game and people are already choosing to get pissed, talking about Kratos is not the main character. Shut up.
Like, I'm sorry, I'm calling you out on your bullshit here. You're just mad it's not an early 20s woman with a huge bust and a nice ass that just happens to be running around.
The anti-woke crowd is becoming one of the biggest problems in gaming.
No, gaming studios going out of their way to cater to people who aren't even gamers is what's ruining gaming. Many of whom aren't even fans and just want their political ideologies satisfied.
I feel like God of War Laufey is a great example of conservative ideologies eroding society as we know it. Refusing to accept change, the hatred and disdain for progress.
Fuck off. For example, this is all the haters summed up in one video.
Send Kratos to the Egyptian gods. We don't want this bullshit. You're ruining the franchise. Stop making Call of Duty have women. Fuck it. Like, we don't want Call of Duty to have women characters. We don't want God of War to be about women. Tomb Raider shouldn't be about women. Nobody asked.
You mean, did you just say Tomb Raider shouldn't have women? Tomb Raider with Lara Croft, one of the most iconic video game characters.
Now, I don't know about all of you, but to me, it kind of sounded like that guy was joking around, wasn't serious, but even if he were serious, the point is, or at least the point that these people are attempting to make, is that that is the mindset of everyone who is critical of God of War Laufey, that they don't want female protagonists in video games at all, period.
Yes, that is literally everyone who is hating on this new God of War game. That person sums up everyone hating on it.
Heaven forbid a woman is the main character of a God of War game.
But of course, the grifters are out in force to say how woke it is that we have to step into the shoes of a lady for once.
Since she's not attractive enough, says the internet, they don't want to play it.
You're only upset because it's a female lead.
See, this is where y'all start to sound crazy and you completely lose people.
I'm convinced that everyone who's hating and making these pictures and posting about this BS and calling it BS, they all love dick.
Y'all don't like girls? Y'all don't like women? Y'all like men?
When you're a clown, nobody takes you seriously.
We need to play the game, right, to get more context. We need to play the game to get more story. We need to play the game to get more characters, right? We don't just look at a trailer and we say that shit's gonna flop, right? We need to stop this bullshit. We need to stop this eroding of gaming.
Yeah, I'm sure Star Wars Outlaws and The Last of Us Part 2 would have been much better received if it wasn't for the toxic criticism prior to release.
Get the fuck out of here.
Older and insecure women who work at these studios probably push for more characters to be less attractive and more realistic in-game because it makes them feel better about themselves IRL. No one hates women more than women.
That is 100% factual information right there. It's been happening more and more and more in gaming recently, and if you dare point this out or call out these studios, the mob will come after you.
What are you talking about, Asmongold? How does this have 4,000 likes? Are you stupid? Do you even know how making a game works?
The new God of War Laufey has really upset the internet because now the woman's not attractive enough to play. Yeah, that's right. And the irony is you should see some of these people saying that. Oh, they have no room to speak.
Now, for the people saying that Faye's design is ugly, you all are a bunch of weirdos.
No, the people who went out of their way to purposefully make her face look like this are the weirdos.
But men all over the internet, I haven't seen a single woman complain about this, are complaining that she's not attractive enough. I don't understand how that's not attractive to those people, but why? Why does her attraction have anything to do with playability?
It's the blatantly obvious double standard coming out of these game studios. For example,
welcome to Ms. Mojo, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 hottest male video game characters.
Look at this statement from the Resident Evil Requiem producer regarding Leon Kennedy's character design. We have many women on staff who are Leon fans, so we get a lot of, well, feedback.
What do you mean by that?
Oh my god, he's hot!
I feel like he's even hotter. This might be the hottest Leon's ever looked.
Oh my god.
Would you like to see that?
He's a dilf. He's got like a little beard. Oh my god, he's so hot. Holy fuck.
It's obvious, it's extremely obvious that these studios seem to be perfectly fine creating visually appealing male characters for women, while at the same time going out of their way to dial down the sex appeal of female characters. And all these male gamers that gaming journalists and these influencers are constantly attacking are simply just pointing out that hypocrisy and saying that it's bullshit. Which leads us now to the biggest source of rage for these woke lunatics and the biggest source of comedy for you and I, the memes.
Place your
your soiled garments within me.
They saw a trailer with a female that is going to be stronger than Kratos by the end of the game.
Kinda reminds me of someone.
And they got so mad that they took AI and just built their wildest fantasies for this female. Because let's be honest, not a single one of the people complaining about this could ever pull a god like this.
Right. For the first thing, dude, is that not pulling a god, because that's a male entity. It's goddess. In fact, this should be called the goddess of war. But they can't even get that right. See, so even that's wrong. It's just like when they were calling Lady Thor Thor, when Thor is his actual name. Thor is not a title. This is the problem we have. And as far as pulling one, as you say, are you saying girlfriend or wife? My wife is hotter than this. Look at this. My wife is probably hotter than half of the video game protagonist characters that's been created in the last 5 years for the most part. I'm just saying. Not to toot more on the horn and not to say that I'm anything special, but we do care about what we look like. And all you dateless wonders out there, you guys sound like the most effeminate, emasculated, nothing between your legs, you know, simptastic soy boys I have ever heard of. You guys are an embarrassment. You guys sound like women, and this is the problem. If you have a lot of games that have a female perspective and that's one of the things I'm starting to notice. As I play more games and there's a female protagonist, it's from their point of view and their sensibilities, and I can't relate to everything a woman does, just like a woman can't relate to everything a man does. Can I sometimes? Yes. There are great characters. There are even great animes that have female protagonists and characters. But everything? And they keep doing this gender swap, you know. It's a male, now it's a female. It's a male, it's now a female. I'm done with that. I am so glad I am Gen X. I am proud to be Gen X. I am happy. They talk about we're miserable. We're upset about what gaming has become. You guys are miserable because you're dateless wonders. None of you, as far as I can tell, have any understanding about women, because you're simping that you're doing and stuff like that. You are the guys that they put in the friend zone. You're the guys that they call up to get a meal out of, or just use and abuse as far as money only and nothing else. While the rest of us who have a backbone, who will tell them yes, no, maybe. How come there just can't be men's spaces? There could be women's spaces. Maybe some of you guys should go to a cosmetic convention. Go to cosmetics. There was a guy on here talking about her mascara and her makeup. Of course her hair is messed up and she's dirty. She's fading. Like, this shit is realistic. This is escapism. The reason why attractiveness matters, and it just shows here that all the women were talking about Leon Kennedy being so hot, is that these characters are supposed to be aspirational, inspirational, right? I don't want shit that reminds me of reality, not all the time. And it's fine. You can have some characters that are bigger, larger, and plain Jane, or even just ugly. But when you do that over and over again, and especially if you take a game like Concord, who has like the worst female character designs I've ever seen, and notice it's all Western, because the East is not like that. Oh yeah, it's not just the Japanese that roast Western characters, even some of the males, because they act all wimpy and effeminate too. That's definitely the females. But you got also China, you also got South Korea, and all the other places. Remember Stellar Blade, that whole fiasco? Great character design, fun gameplay, that sort of thing. Yeah, so much pushback or whatever. And, but yeah, that, that went away. The game sold well. I think there's another Stellar Blade coming out. Anyway, don't forget about Bayonetta by Capcom, which is an awesome character as well. You got ladies who embrace their sex appeal and also badass as well. You know what I mean? And there's even been weird cases like Lady Dimitrescu. I know I probably mispronounced that. I'm talking like really fast. But remember, there were guys having fantasies about her and things like that. So I found that really crazy. But let's address this one clip altogether. And I want to talk about this specifically.
Yes, that is literally everyone who is hating on this new God of War game. That person sums up everyone hating on it.
Heaven forbid a woman is the main character of a God of War game.
But of course, the grifters are out in force to say how woke it is that we have to step into the shoes of a lady for once.
Since she's not attractive enough, says the internet, they don't want to play it.
You're only upset because it's a female lead.
See, this is where y'all start to sound crazy and you completely lose people.
I'm convinced that everyone who's hating and making these pictures and posting about this BS and calling it BS, they all love dick.
Y'all don't like girls? Y'all don't like women? Y'all like men?
And there it is. And there it is. Did you hear that? Are you listening? They sound like females. Whenever a female gets into something they don't like about us males, what do they attack? They attack your dick, and they say you're gay or you don't like women just because you have some constructive criticism. The thing is that's different about you guys and us real men, because I'm right, I have the I'm right analyzer on, is that everything doesn't revolve around women. We're not obsessed with them. You know what I mean? I could be around my friends, my boys, whatever, right? Not everything has to be about them and caters towards them. You have to put yourself first sometimes and have a example, a mentor, another male. But you guys don't get that. You guys are like that. And I see the problem in gaming. And let me say this too. The Japanese aren't so far from that, or should I say the Asians as well, because they are girl crazy too. I sometimes get sick of all the placating towards females as well. The problem with having so many female characters or female protagonists in a game is because things like this, when you're customizing, I heard two guys talking about a corset and a bustier and things like that. I was like, what? And these guys are learning about female undergarments, talking about stockings and ribbons. And one guy was like, but I don't like the mascara underneath the one character's skin. And they're just going back and forth. And one guy even chimed in on something, and it just sounded like a bunch of women talking about dressing up. So you can excuse me with this whole playability thing. Yes, we play games, and yes, you could have stories, and yes, you could have female protagonists, but this is going beyond that. You could even say, like, check out what's going on with that new He-Man movie and other movies like that. That's another reason why we don't get another Blade movie, is because they were trying to make female daughter Blade the center of attention. Just like they replaced Thor with female Thor for a second. Hawkeye with Kate Bishop, female Hawkeye. Riri Williams, the black ghetto, pro-ghetto black girl, being Tony Stark as Ironheart, who steals everything, who's not heroic at all, so forth and so on. Then we see all the other male characters being changed and gendered and things like that. So miss me with all of this, like, yeah, y'all don't like women, right? I'm just convinced that all you guys like that. You guys look at yourselves. I have the I'm right analyzer on, and I can tell none of you get any play from even women that are 5 or 6s. Easy. This is probably why you want female characters in a game. So you can get your jollies off. So you can goon. You know? So that's probably why this is happening. And once again, so glad I'm part of my generation. And all the other men who are against you guys, believe it or not, we are upset because we're losing male representation. But when it comes to our real life, we are much happier, much more fulfilled than you losers in your basements, in your rooms, talking all day and not even out there in life. That's why if you notice my videos are here and there is because I'm out in the real world. And I deal with real women of all different ages, nationalities. I travel the world. I haven't been in the last couple of years, but yeah. While you guys sit there and think you know about the world, sitting there playing video games and watching movies, being brainwashed and being cucked. So anyway, I know this was long. Thank you if made it this far. And if you're a real man, put your responses below on this bullshit, as well as just the laughter as in the goddess of laundry. I think it is brilliant. The memes are fan-freaking-tastic. That's why our movies from from Gen X, our movies are still better than the movies that are coming out right now. You know what I mean? They are the real. So anyway, thanks for listening. This is Gamer Gen Xer.